Wow. This is a lot of eyebrow, is it not? I mean, sweet Jesus. This one looks super big and this one doesn't look quite as big. That could be a problem. Hi guys. So today we are going to talk all about makeup brushes. I get asked so often to do like a favorite eye brushes video, favorite foundation brushes, so we're just gonna talk about everything. I've recently acquired a lot of new like brands, brands that I've never tried before, and I feel like I have such a good group right now. That sounds so weird, but I feel like I just have like the best brushes right now. I'm happy with what I have and we're gonna talk about them. So yeah, if you guys would like to hear about my favorite makeup brushes, you've come to the right place, or you clicked on the right video. Let's just talk about brushes. I want to talk with you guys about the Morphe Gunmetal Brush Set or collection. Now some of my brushes are dirty because I just put makeup on. Hopefully nobody is bothered by that. The Morphe Gunmetal Set. Now there are a ton of brushes in this collection. Like I'll lay them out and do a close-up. These were sent to me by Morphe. Let me just get that out of the way. I love these brushes and I'm not making any money. Like if you guys purchase the set or purchase brushes, I don't have an affiliate link, nothing. I'm not being paid to talk about them. I just happen to freaking love them. They're such a pretty, I don't know, I like the way that they look. I think they're very just kind of badass looking and they're comfortable. Some brushes, when you hold them, they just don't feel right. These are just comfortable and I don't know, I love them. I love them so much. Morphe is a brand that I kind of counted out. I was like, oh, their eyeshadows are so inexpensive, they can't be that good. And same thing with the brushes. Like I just stuck with Sigma and MAC and you know, like the main brands, but Morphe, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I wish they had an affiliate program because I would be first in line. Anyway, that's for another day. But the Morphe Gunmetal Brush Set, all of the brushes are really good. And you'll hear me talk more about these throughout the video because some of them are like my top favorites. So I'm going to start with foundation. I do have a few, so we might be here for a while. Okay, so for foundation, I have 3 favorites. I might as well start with the Morphe, the G6 brush. Now this is a smaller, flat top Kabuki brush. It's definitely smaller. Like I'll compare it to my Sigma F80. The Sigma one is my all-time favorite foundation brush. I still have not found one that is better than this. It's just like the perfect everything. It's the perfect length, it's the perfect width, it's dense, but it's not too dense. Perfection. I love the F80. The Morphe G6 is a lot smaller, as you can see, but it puts the product on nicely. When I first saw this, I was like, that is way too small for all this face. But there's something about it that buffs it in nicely so you don't have to sit there for hours and buff it in. So even though it is a smaller brush, which some people might really love, some people might, you know, some people might be like, nope, too small for me. But for me, coming from someone who has normally used one this size, going to this I thought would be such a big like jump, but it actually wasn't. This one just puts the product on so nicely. When you buff it in, it just gives you this like airbrush finish. I really, really like the G6 brush. And the other foundation brush that I like is the Beauty Junkees Flat Kabuki brush. Now this one is very, very similar to the Sigma one. This is the Sigma one, this is the Beauty Junkees one. I mean, they're like twins pretty much. Now the Beauty Junkees one is a little bit more like flimsy. It's not quite as dense as the Sigma one, but this I think is like, I think it's under $10. If it's not under, it's right around the $10 mark, whereas the Sigma one is, you know, it's a little bit more. But this does the job. I don't think it does it as well as the Sigma F80, but if you're on a budget and you want a nice flat top Kabuki brush, Beauty Junkees, it's good stuff. And I will link everything down below, like all of the brands that I'm talking about, but these I both love. That doesn't even make sense. They're both good. Okay, so as far as powder brushes go, I have a lot, but there's only two that I use. The first one is the Sedona Lace 376. This brush is like the perfect powder brush. It's so soft. I mean, so incredibly soft. And it's like the perfect density. It's not too dense. Now, I like a more fluffy foundation, not foundation, look, I can't get off foundation. I like a fluffier powder brush, and this one is a little bit more dense than I would normally go for, but I love it so much. This is my #1 top powder brush. This is it. I love this brush. It is so soft. It's the softest brush. Sedona Lace, I'm telling you guys, they always get the shaft when it comes to brushes. People always go for Sigma and MAC, and I'm one of those people. Do not count out Sedona Lace. Their brushes are really good, really soft, great quality, and they're pretty. They're pink. The other powder brush that I really like is the Sonia Kashuk #01 brush. Again, this brush is so soft, and it's just nice. I like the handle. I like how it looks, and it's perfect. I mean, it's a really, really, really good foundation. Oh my God, are you kidding my life right now? It's a really, really good powder brush, and you can get it at Target. So if you don't want to order online, you don't want to do like the Sigma, the Sedona Lace, Target, Sonia Kashuk, all of her black handled brushes are really good. Yes. Now, as far as bronzer goes, there's only two brushes that I ever use. I never ever use anything else but these two. The Nars Ita Brush and the Real Techniques blush brush. You guys have seen me use these 1,000 times in videos. The Ita brush is talked about so much on YouTube. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it. I mean, sell my soul for this brush. It is the best contour brush ever. Like, if you're one of those people that watches videos and sees girls contour and you're like, how the hell do they do that? Every time I try to do it, I suck. I was one of those people until I tried this brush. It makes it so foolproof. You just put the bronzer on it, and I mean, it takes no technique at all. It's amazing. It is hella expensive. It's like $50. 2 years ago, if somebody would have told me I would have been spending $50 on a makeup brush, I would have kicked them in the face and told them they were crazy. But I spent it, and it's worth every penny. I use this brush every day of my life. It's the best. I love it. As you can see, I'm like sweating, tank tops popping out. It's so good. And then my Real Techniques blush brush, I use this after I use the Ita brush, and I just use it to kind of blend everything out, but for some reason this is the only brush that I feel can do that job. I've tried other ones and they just don't cut it. Real Techniques brushes are so good. I think I own all of them. I've purchased all of them myself. Such great. I can't even tell you guys. They're pretty much drugstore prices. You can get them at Ulta. You can get them at Rite Aid. Love them. Okay, so for blush, I have two brushes. The first one is the Sonia Kashuk #29 brush. And if you guys watch my Get Ready With Me videos, you've heard me rave about this brush. It is so freaking soft, and it's just the... Do I have blush on today? I don't think I put any... You know what? Son of a bitch, I did not put blush on today. Okay, back to the brush. So this is just my favorite blush brush. This is the one that I go to pretty much every day. But I've recently discovered the Morphe G8. And this one is very dense for being a blush brush. I don't know what it's meant to be, but I like to use it for blush, especially if I'm using a very light color that doesn't show up that well. I'll use this one, and it just helps the color to show up a little bit better. I do the motion and don't even realize that I'm doing it. Really, really nice brush, and they feel so good. I can't even tell you guys. I don't know if that's weird, like if other people don't think the way I do, but I just love the way they feel in my hand, and they look so badass. I feel like a really cool person when I use these Morphe brushes. That might be weird, but is how I feel. Now for concealer, my favorite one is the Morphe G2. I have so many brushes like this, the rounded top Kabuki brushes. I have one from Sigma. So I have the Sigma F86, which I really do like, but I like the Morphe one a little bit better. You can see it's a little bit smaller and it's not quite as bulky. And then I have this Beauty Junkees Tapered Kabuki, which again, if you're on a budget and you want something very inexpensive, this one is really good. It does the same thing pretty much. I just happen to like the shape and the size of the G2. This is the best concealer brush ever. It's so nice. You can see it's very well loved. I cannot stop stroking these brushes. Now for setting my under eye concealer, the only one that I use is the e.l.f. Small Tapered Kabuki brush. This is a $3 brush and it's the best. It's just the perfect size, does the job, $3. I still, to this day, have not found a brush that works better for setting your under eyes. This is it. I love this brush. Okay, so for eye brushes, this is like my favorite part. I love talking about eye brushes. And I have a lot, so I'm gonna try to speed through them. Okay, so first let's talk blending. That I feel is the main thing with eyeshadow. Like when you're doing your eyes, you have to have good blending brushes. Now the first one, of course, is the MAC 217. This is like the end-all be-all of blending brushes. It's not my favorite one though. I do really like it for more like detailed blending, if that makes sense. Like I don't like the 217 for buffing shadow all over. I like it if you want to do almost like a cut crease, or you just want to get a little bit of like a darker shade into your crease. So this is a really good blending brush, but it's kind of expensive. But I do love it. If you don't mind spending the $24, I think it's $24, awesome brush. My all-time favorite eye blending brush is the Sigma E40. Oh my god, you guys, I cannot tell you how good this brush is. If you're just getting into eyeshadow or you're having trouble with your eyeshadow, this brush will change your life. I'm not even kidding. I just put my, whatever shade I'm using, like my transition shade, just put it in your crease and just buff. Just go to town, and this does the work for you. All you have to do is sit there and go back and forth, and this will just buff the shadow on gorgeously. Oh my god, it is the best brush. Every girl that wears eye makeup needs to have the Sigma E40. Not even joking, it will change your eyeshadow life, for real. Another one that I really like is the Tapered Blending E35. Now this one is a little bit smaller than the E40. I do love this one. This used to be the one that I used all the time for just buffing shadow into my crease. But then I discovered how good the E40 was, and this one kind of took a back seat. So I definitely think the E40 is better than the E35, but I kind of feel like both are necessary. This one kind of, the E40 gets the shadow everywhere. If you want a more precise blending, the E35, and even more precise than that is the E25. You guys see me use this brush every time I do my eye makeup. I love it. I mean, I love it. And I do have the bigger one, like the full size, but for some reason I am obsessed with the travel size. I got this at IMATS for free. They were giving them out, and I love this brush so much. I'll use this with a dark shade just to deepen up my crease. It is life, I'm telling you guys. The E40 and the E25, if you have these two brushes, you can do anything with your eye makeup. Like, these two are it. It's just my opinion, but these are it. Now for the lid, I have a couple that I love. The SOFI 315, oh my god, this brush, I take this and dip it into like a matte cream shade and just put shadow all over my eye before I go in with any type of colored eyeshadow. So good. And this is also really good for packing shadow onto your lid. The SOFI brush set, they're a new brand to me, but they sent me their brush collection. They're expensive, but they are so well made, so soft, and this one is probably my favorite one from them, the 315, but you know what? There is another one that I love. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with makeup brushes, you guys. I can't stop. I have so many, and I want all the makeup brushes in my life. Now, as far as pencil brushes, I feel like I have so many of them, but I recently discovered the Sedona Lace 904, and I even said to you guys in a video, oh my God, this is the softest pencil brush I've ever used. It is. A lot of the pencil brushes that I have are very, I don't know, they're kind of hard and rough. This one is so soft, but it puts the product on perfectly. Like, the softness doesn't interfere with the application. Did that make sense? Okay, now just to save time, I just want to talk very quickly about all of the Morphe Gunmetal eye brushes. I had so many of them that were in like my favorites that it's pointless for me to go through every single one. If you go to Morphe's website, you can look through the different brushes that they have, but these eye brushes, I can't. Let me just pick out a few of my favorites. The G12 I've been using for putting shadow in my inner corner. You guys have seen me use that one. The pencil brush, the G19 is another one that I love. And then they have flat shader brushes, the G15. Oh, I love this fluffy brush for doing my brow bone. This is the G14. You see where I'm going with this? Like, I just love all of them. And the last one, sorry, the G17. That's my lucky number, 17. This is also a really good blending brush. Now, I prefer to use this one for more precise blending. I'm telling you guys, the E40 for doing your crease and just blowing shadow out. Oh my God, I can't even tell you how good this brush is. I'm sorry. I got back on my E40 kick. It wasn't E40 a wrapper? Every time I say E40, I feel like I should like kick out some rhymes or spit out some rhymes. Isn't that what they say? Spit them out? Yeah. Okay, the last brush I'm going to talk about is the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. I, again, have talked about this so many times. It is the best highlighter brush you will ever use in your entire life. It just puts the highlighter on, like, you become Lisa Eldridge with this. You can't mess it up. I mean, you can, but it's very hard. It just puts it on perfectly. It's so soft. It's tapered. It's gorgeous. I love this brush. I mean, love it. Like, I could sleep in bed with it, and it would have its own little pillow and blanket, which is weird, but it's an amazing brush for highlighter. You need it in your life, especially if you're addicted to highlighter like this girl. Alright guys, so that is going to be it. I think I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, if you guys would like to see anything else regarding my brushes, like if you want to see a detailed video on the Morphe brushes, I know, I just can't stop. They're just so freaking good. But yeah, that's it. I love you. I thank you for watching. Watch when I end this video, I'll be like, crap, I forgot to tell them something. I do it every time. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions or recommendations, anything like that, you guys know I love chatting with you. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow with a new video. Mwah. Bye.
I could talk about brushes all day long. God, you look like a weird, a weirdo person that little children would be afraid of. Is that what you guys think of me? Is it? Okay, can we just talk about this camel brush holder? Are you with me? I said, are you with me? Are you with me? I have a couple, oh my God. You know what? I am over you and your disgustingness. Freshen those lips up. So as far as highlighter brushes, wait, would you relax? It's just brushes. I can't. I'm excited. I cannot wait to talk about the F35. My tripod is broken. That is a 3-syllable word. Broken. This shit is broke. Broke like a whore on 3rd Street. That's not nice. You can't talk like that. Oh, Are my eyebrows uneven? I will murder a bitch. Like, oh my god, so weird. So weird. Why do you have rhinestones under your sweater? Because I have a tank top on with rhinestones. Don't judge my tank top. I mean, that's more like my thing. Some people, that brush is like, you need to relax. Somebody's gonna get hurt. And it's not gonna be my F80. It's gonna be your ass. Topaz. I'm ashamed of the way you're acting, but the freaking E40. You just put it in and it just does it. You turn into Jacqueline Hill with this butch. Oh my god, look at his little toes. He does have camel toes. Look, that's like the exact replica of what's happening downstairs right now. I knew as soon as I said it. I shouldn't have said it. But I did. Look at that. Look at those toes. Oh my god, 4 little baby camel toes. So cute. Could we just get through one video without you talking about a vagina? Nope. Vagina is my middle name.